All righty. We are live. It is ready to go. How awesome. Just looking at the comments in here and seeing that there are people from all around the freaking world. Right at the beginning, had a whole bunch of folks from Ontario, Canada. But I can see we've got folks from all over the place. All righty. We are live. It is ready to go. How awesome. Just looking at the
Hold
comments
on
here and seeing that there are people from all around the freaking world. Right at the beginning, a whole bunch of folks from Ontario. But I can see we've got folks from all over the place. Technology. I had one video muted, and there's a tab open that I had forgotten about that had the replay going. So got to hear it in stereo for a moment there. But now we're back. Now we're back on track. And wow, I'm just scanning through here. North Carolina, Vermont, Australia, Berlin, Canterbury, Brisbane, South Dakota, Harrogate, Alberta, Portugal, New Zealand, Philadelphia, Santa Rosa, just down the street from me, more or less. Macedonia, Netherlands. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. How cool. Italy, UK. So thank you for being here. I've been so excited to do this. I love what I do. I feel so blessed to get to do what I do. But of all of the things that I do, the live sessions are the absolute most fun for me, because even though I can't see you guys, I can just see the comments going through in the text. You're here now. There's hundreds of people online right now here at the same time. We're all connected. On my morning walks, I've been listening to The Field by Lynn McTaggart and just talking about the quantum field. And I often talk about how everything is energy. We're all connected. So we are absolutely all connected. But when we're doing it live like this, I just feel it that much more. And it feeds me in an awesome way. So thank you so much for being here. And even those of you who will later be watching this on the replay, we're still connected. Time and space is an illusion. And so very excited that we are all connected and doing this together. Let me see. Make sure I've got my have that ready to go. Cool. So what we're here to talk about today is tapping into big dreams, because as everyone knows by now, anyone who watches my work, and you can see I've got David there, the creation hands, big fan of Michelangelo. And so this quote: "The greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it." So you guys can see the picture, some of his art back there. Up here, facing me, with him looking at me, is a portrait of Michelangelo with this quote on there. And so have that reminder. And it's not that we're bad or stupid or lazy that we stop ourselves from dreaming big and from having big goals. We're taught to do that. We're taught to play small. And then we have resistance to changing what we've been taught. If only there was something we could do about resistance. So that's why we're here, and I am so grateful that you are here with me. Let's see, what is the next quote? Uh, oh yeah, here's why, because you matter. What you do matters. As Jane Goodall said, you cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. So allowing yourself to dream big about the difference that you want to make. For me, I want to get the whole world tapping. You know, some people will say, well, tapping's not for everybody. To me, that's like saying eating vegetables or brushing your teeth isn't for everybody. There are people who might resist it, but it's beneficial to everyone. So that's my big dream. So it's looking at what is, if, the old expression of, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? The idea of, wouldn't it be awesome if? So let's go ahead and start. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Let it go. Go inside. And just allowing yourself to imagine what you think would be really awesome for the world. If you could make a difference, if you had a magic lamp and could say, here's what I want to have happen. What would it look like? If you could make a difference in the world, what difference would you want to make? What is the biggest goal you can think of? And it can be something for yourself right now, because your success benefits the world. So when you imagine something really great for yourself, you might imagine a really wonderful house that you'd like to live in. Who you become in making that dream a reality makes a difference in the world. So allowing yourself to think about that. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes, and we're going to start here. So I know that some of you have invited friends to this. Awesome. Thank you so much for spreading the word. So some of you may not be familiar with tapping. You can go on to my website, tapwithbrad.com, later and learn all about it. For right now, what we're going to do is take the fingertips of our index and middle finger, and we're going to tap different places. Just tap where I tap and repeat back what I say. We're going to be tapping throughout this hour to clear away the resistance to dreaming big and making it happen. I encourage you to stay to the end, because I started as a hypnotherapist and will always end with some guided imagery. So there'll be a really cool guided imagery at the end. So if you can't stick with me for the whole hour live, definitely come back and watch the full replay, so you can do that. Check out all of the tapping rounds we're going to do. We're going to have fun with this, and then we'll end with a guided imagery. So just tap where I tap and repeat back what I say. Even though I might have been playing small, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I may have been resisting dreaming big, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I may have been resisting dreaming big, for all kinds of different possible reasons. Even though I've been holding back, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved. All these limits to dreaming big. All these reasons I stop myself for dreaming bigger. All these reasons for playing small. It is not that I am bad or stupid. It is not that I am weak or lazy. I have been taught to play small. I may have been told not to get my hopes up. I may have been told all kinds of things that have convinced me to not dream bigger. And I may be very grateful to people who have had bigger dreams. If I travel by airplane, I'm grateful to the Wright brothers. But that kind of big dreaming is for other people. I'll leave it to others to dream big. All these reasons for holding myself back. Because it feels more right to do so. Because it feels safer to do so. All this fear of dreaming bigger. All this fear of dreaming bigger. I choose to clear these fears. I choose to clear them at a cellular level. I choose to clear them all the way back through my past. Back through all the times in my life that I was taught to play smaller. I learned to play small because that felt like the right thing to do. And I deserve so much more. And the world deserves so much more from me. I make a difference. Why not make a bigger difference? Clearing what holds me back. All this fear of dreaming bigger. All this fear of aiming too high and missing it. What if I set a really big goal and I don't achieve it? I'll be required by law to feel disappointment. There will have to be much suffering involved. It'll be even worse than if I had never set the goal. Them's the rules. And I'm processing that. All this BS about having to be disappointed. Les Brown once said, or many times said, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you end up among the stars. It's okay if I miss. Because going for a big goal, I find out more of who I really am. And I get better and better. I'll be able to achieve things I couldn't achieve before. I may even find that the original goal isn't what I wanted. But it motivated me to get better. Oh, that goal was just to train me. There is no need to be disappointed. I can be committed without being attached. Clearing this belief that once I set a goal, I have to be upset if I don't achieve it. As I clear that idea, I can pull out all the stops. I can set any goal I want. I can dream as big as I want. There are people out there with some really big dreams, and they're no better than I am. They are no more deserving than I am. All these fears about dreaming bigger. I'm clearing them out now. And as I do so, I allow myself to get excited about dreaming bigger. Maybe I have a fear that if I allow myself to dream bigger, I'll never be satisfied. I'll lose my ability to feel contentment. Nothing will ever be good enough. Nothing will ever be big enough. I'm clearing that idea too. I can be absolutely grateful for what I have right now. I can feel content with what I have right now. And still be excited about what else might be possible. I don't have to find the biggest house on the market. I get to decide what feels best for me. I'm just not imposing unnecessary limitations. I don't have to have the biggest house, but I don't have to limit the size of the house based on anything other than what I want. I'm finding what feels great for me. I'm allowing myself to find out what I really desire. Still loving and being grateful for what I've got. But playing around with what else is possible. I'm setting myself free to dream bigger. In body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. And again, allowing yourself to think about the difference that you want to make in your life as well as the lives of others. And again, the difference you make in your life will make a difference for others. If it's a truly positive difference that you're making for yourself, it will be a positive difference for others. If it isn't a positive difference for others, it probably isn't as positive a difference for you. You may be confused about that. Go ahead and open your night. So many of you know that my favorite book of all time is Illusions. You can see what's happened to my old copy. I just reread it again, finished it again yesterday for my 8th or 9th time. I have a different copy that doesn't fall apart. And in it, there's what he calls the Messiah's Handbook, and it's teachings for great masters. And there are a number of great quotes that I was going through, and I've got to share these. So go ahead and keep tapping here, either tapping collarbone or tapping through different points. I just wanted to share a couple of these thoughts. Just in terms of dreaming big, argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours. Here's a test to find out whether your mission on Earth is finished. If you're alive, it isn't. In order to live freely and happily, you must sacrifice boredom. It is not always an easy sacrifice. That's why we tap that boredom, that safety zone, that comfort zone. We may be bored with it, but it feels so safe. It feels so comfortable, so familiar. And sacrificing that is scary. Again, it's Illusions by Richard Bach. The Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah. And Jonathan Vincent Siegel, his other book, yeah. So yeah, it's not always an easy sacrifice, and that's why we tap to clear that resistance to sacrificing boredom. What else? Imagine the universe beautiful and just and perfect. Then be sure of one thing: the is has imagined it quite a bit better than you have. So when I was having you imagine, this vision of what you would dream big, the difference you'd like to make, imagine the universe beautiful and just and perfect, and the is. So in the Messiah's Handbook, in the book, he calls God, universe, source. He just refers to it as the is. Whatever you can imagine, the is has imagined it quite a bit better than you have. The original sin is to limit the is. Don't. You are never given a wish without also being given the power to make it come true. You may have to work for it, however. So just some thoughts to think about. As you think about it, it's like, don't limit the is. Don't limit your how big you're going to dream. So like I posted a video some time ago about having a goal of 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I thought, I was kind of playing small. Why not 1 billion? There's over 1 billion users on YouTube. Why not that? And again, you can have sub steps. You can have sub goals that you work towards, because maybe, okay, that's too big a goal to work toward, to work on at the moment. So you create other things. But yeah, if I dream big, I'll have to work long hours, late nights, lots of suffering. Says who? That's BS. Belief system. It is a belief. So that idea of you may have to work for it. So let's tap on that. Even though it would be so hard, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though it would be too hard, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though the bigger the dream, the harder it's going to be. And I don't want to dream big, because I don't want to have to work that hard. And even though it would be too hard, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else involved. All this fear that it would be too hard. all this fear that it would be too hard. The bigger the dream, the harder the work. And who taught me that? When I choose to process that, I choose to clear it. What if I took a different attitude? The bigger the dream, the more the enthusiasm, and the more joyful the work is. And even at those times where I do work longer hours, it'll feel like the absolute best use of my time. How awesome to be working on a big dream. Rather than having more time to twiddle my thumbs. And I can find balance. It's not about creating a job that I don't want. It's about finding what really turns me on. And being grateful that I get to do it. Clearing this fear of hard work. Clearing this fear that it's going to be too hard. It might be the most fun I've ever had. And that goes against a lot of old programming that I have. I choose to be open to the possibility that that was a lot of misinformation. Other people's confusion. And their limiting beliefs. And I'm willing to let that go. Dreaming big is having fun. And I'm giving myself permission to do much more of that. Setting myself free to experience much more enthusiasm in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Close your eyes, go inside, and just see what that feels like in terms of those limiting beliefs. There's another quote I often like to share. You cannot consistently perform in a manner which is inconsistent with the way you see yourself. We limit how big we dream because we believe we're limited. So not only are we limiting the is, we are limiting ourselves, and we're seeing ourselves as something much smaller, much more insignificant, much more unworthy than is the truth. So let's do some tapping about that. Even though I've been limiting my self-image, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I'm limiting my self-image, I choose to love and honor myself. even though I've limited my idea of who I am, and I've allowed other people to convince me of that, even though I've had these limiting ideas about who I am, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who's contributed to these limitations. All these limiting ideas about myself. All this self-doubt. This limited identity. How can I dream big when I'm so small? So what has convinced me that I'm so small? What other people have said about me? Why did I listen to them? They were wrong about me. Probably because they're wrong about themselves. They may have limiting beliefs about themselves. So they needed me to do the same. I choose to forgive them. And I forgive myself for listening to them. But we were so misguided. I'm so much more awesome than I know. All this self-doubt. And maybe I have this limiting belief about myself because of things that have happened in the past. Maybe I've tried to do some big things, and they didn't work out the way I was hoping. So maybe it wasn't someone else who said I wasn't good enough. Maybe that's just the lesson I got. I tried and failed. And that meant I was trying something too big for me. And I'm clearing that nonsense. What if I had thought that the first time I tried to walk? Oops, fell down. Apparently, I'm not the sort of person who's meant to walk. I need to aim much lower. I didn't feel disappointed. I didn't let that stop me. When Edison was creating the light bulb, first experiment that didn't work. What if he decided, well, apparently the light bulb is too big a task for me? Took him 1,000 tries. I'm only good for 1 or 2 before deciding that I don't have it in me. And I'm clearing that. It's that old fear of disappointment, fear of failure. I don't need to be afraid of failure. Edison said he never failed. He just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. which moved him towards the one that did. Miles Davis said, "Don't be afraid of mistakes." There are none. So it's not the failure or the mistakes that we're afraid of, because those are just lessons. It's just something helping me find what works right. Absolutely nothing wrong or bad about those. They can be very helpful. Every time I tried to stand up and walk and then fell down, I learned more about balance. So I didn't need to be afraid of trying. It's not the mistake or the failure that I'm afraid of. It's the disappointment that comes with it. The pain that must be associated with it. But must it? With those 1,000 attempts to make the light bulb, did Edison have to feel crushed with disappointment? So when I look back at my past so-called failures, it's the pain that I'm trying to avoid. But that pain is optional. It doesn't prove anything about me. It didn't mean that I wasn't good enough. Otherwise, we'd have to say, there were 1,000 pieces of proof that Edison wasn't good enough. I have what it takes. There is more to me than I know. I am more than what I have become. I'm clearing the fear of finding out. Part of me really wants to place these limitations because it feels so much safer. Even more than the fear of failure is the fear of success. What if I'm capable of greatness? How will I justify the years that I didn't do great things? I'm afraid to find out how awesome I am. Because then I look foolish for not having done great things before. Really? Grandma Moses became a famous painter in her 70s. No one ridiculed her for not starting sooner. I don't need to justify the past. I have been doing the best I could. Not based on what I'm really capable of, but based on what I'd been convinced of. I had been convinced that I was less than I really am. And I didn't allow myself to outperform that image because of all kinds of fears. Between other people's opinions and my own, I created the size of the box that I would be in. And I play inside that box. Time to break that box wide open. I will not be confined by those beliefs anymore. I'm going to attempt all kinds of things. They are not all going to work out the way I want them to. Sometimes they'll lead me to something even better. And I can handle it. I've got what it takes. I have awesomeness inside of me. I choose to experience so much more of that. And I can handle what happens. I've handled everything that's happened in my life so far. Maybe not always as gracefully as I would have liked. But I handled it. The proof being that I'm still here. I'm excited to find out what else I can handle. There are some awesome things that I have not allowed myself. There's awesomeness in me that I haven't allowed myself to see. I'm allowing myself to acknowledge it much more now. In body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Let it go, go inside. And just think about the difference you want to make in the world. What big dreams you might be allowing yourself. And hopefully that's expanding. If I have a good day, dream or goal-wise, it seems the next day I sabotage it. So as someone commented earlier, one of my favorite sayings is, self-sabotage is simply misguided self-love. So when we allow ourselves to have that good day, when we allow ourselves that glimpse, and go ahead and actually keep tapping here, might as well be tapping this whole time, just clearing out any resistance, clearing out anything that stops us. When we have this limiting belief, we have this box, it's like a thermostat, this box that of what we should be, and you allow yourself to step outside that box, then part of you goes, holy cow, get back in. And so the next day you find a way to get yourself back into that comfort zone. It's brilliant, Douglas. You brilliantly bring yourself back into the comfort zone. It's not that you're not capable of more. It's that some part of you, the fear has not been cleared. And so you somehow allowed yourself to go outside what felt safe. And because that fear wasn't totally cleared, you had to bring yourself back into it. We had that thermostat. We set it at a certain level, and we set the temperature for our house. And when the temperature goes up, the air conditioning kicks in and brings it back down. If the temperature goes down, the heater kicks in and brings it back up. So you have a great day, it gets hotter, and the air conditioner has to come on. Andy, who do I think I am? Exactly. Just who do you think you are? Who do you think you are having big dreams? You are a magnificent child of the universe, worthy and deserving of the best this world has to offer, and there is nothing that is too good for you. That's who you are. That's who I am here to help you see. Homeostasis. What if one doesn't have any dreams? Well, you just aren't allowing yourself to see them. And keep tapping. So a couple more great quotes for you guys. Keep tapping. Yeah, it's like, I feel I don't deserve success. Well, yeah, that fear, this fear that if I succeed, I'll be in danger. Absolutely. That's why self-sabotage is simply misguided self-love, because it is an act of self-love to keep ourselves safe. And if we have this perception that what's out there isn't safe, we are doing ourselves a favor, quote unquote favor, to pull ourselves back into that comfort zone. So in terms of, we say, well, the things haven't happened to be able to make it happen. So absolutely love this quote from W.H. Murray, one of the people who climbed Mount Everest. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. That's why we don't reach those goals, because we're not totally committed. There's that hesitancy. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents, meetings, and material assistance which no man could have dreamed would have come his way. I have learned a deep respect for one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Boldness is on the other side of our fear and resistance. So that's why we tap. This is why I put the videos out there. This is why I'm doing this now, is so that you will clear what stops you from being bold, because you matter. You make a difference. You have a gift to share with the world. You are that masterpiece that Michelangelo saw inside the marble. We're chipping away what doesn't belong to reveal the masterpiece. And when you commit to that, all kinds of amazing things show up. I've seen this in my own life. Let's see what else. Henry David Thoreau. If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put foundations under them. So as we're allowing ourselves to dream these big dreams, clearing the blocks to allow ourselves to dream bigger dreams. So now what? Now what? We have these big dreams, put the foundations under them. So, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So that is why we set goals. And we create the plans to get there. So we put it up there and then figure out the way to do that. I do want to tell you guys, our chief want in life is someone who shall make us do what we can. I can't make you do it, but I can help you clear the resistance to doing it. So I do want to take a moment to tell you guys about a program that I have, Tap Into Goals. So I know you may say, oh, there's so many goal programs out there. Yeah. So this is a little bit different in terms of there is a system for setting goals, but there is also a lot of tapping in here to clear what stops you. Nietzsche said, he who has a strong enough why can bear almost any how. Yes. However, he who has a strong enough why not can render useless almost anyhow. So that's why there are a lot of great goal programs out there. I've used many. Goal programs are like, if you want to go to the mall, a goal program will say, here's a way to get there, and finding a better way to get there, take the bus. Oh, take a limousine, take a Porsche. So a goal system is having a quicker, better, faster way to get to the mall. But if you have resistance to going to the mall, if you have a reason why you couldn't or shouldn't, then the goal system doesn't matter. Someone can show up with a limousine. It's like, yeah, that's going to be a nice way to get there, but I don't want to get there. So in Tap Into Goals, we clear that. So here, if the why not outweighs the why, we're going to stop ourselves from achieving those goals. So you can look at all of the things like, why am I not eating better? Why am I not exercising? Why am I not making those phone calls? So it's because we have a reason why not. Right. Is it supposed to be as effortless, like they say in The Secret? It's a lot more effortless if we don't have the why not. If the why outweighs the why not, then it feels much more effortless. So real quick, if with your permission, I want to tell you real quick about this. So I have 7 main tapping videos in here. These are longer tappings where we go through and clear things out. So the first one is the freedom to dream big. A lot of what we're doing right here on this live one. I'll go through this quickly because we're going to get to some more work. We still have a guided imagery to do. 2, the freedom to clarify your goals, getting more clear about what it is, because that's so often what it is. If we have hazy goals, then they don't feel so threatening, you know. Freedom to know that you've got this, having the belief that you're the person who can do this. The freedom to define your plan, working out the steps, figuring out what's it going to take to get there. What do I have to do, rather than it just being this amorphous thing of, well, you know, just like Saint-Exupéry said, you know, a goal without a plan is just a dream. So it's figuring out, what is the plan? What do I have to do? The freedom to commit and take action, clearing out those why nots so that we're not stopped in our tracks. The freedom to achieve and receive, really being open to allowing really awesome things to show up in your life. And part of that is knowing that you deserve it. And module 7, the freedom to finish strong, you know, really following through, having that ability to commit, to follow through, and to keep doing this, keep setting goals and achieving them and making your life more and more awesome. So you have the freedom to succeed. You know, that's really what my work is all about. Your success makes a difference in the world. I am here to help you achieve the freedom to succeed, clearing those blocks that stop you. It's not the goal that will make you successful. It's what you do daily. So that's part of the system, is breaking it down to habits. You know, maybe a lot of you have used the habit tracker that I created. I use this every day. What are the habits for me? Daily exercise, daily tapping. Tap every day, people. Come on. It's like exercise, brushing your teeth, eating your vegetables. So having that, what you do daily, that's part of the system. So in this program, I do give you a goal system. The Tap into Goals program includes the 7 25-minute goal setting videos, 2 quick videos that you can do, Tap into Goals journal, Tap into Goals goal setting planner, my Facebook group, lifetime access to the program, the recordings, goal tracking progress, coloring sheets. This is a cool way of tracking your progress. Printable affirmation cards, tapping scripts, guided imagery, total value 565, it's 147. Check below, because for a limited time there is a special offer on this. And actually there are more bonuses that I've added a guided imagery and some goal cards and some other things. So there's even more bonuses than that. Here's the coolest thing in terms of synchronicity and coincidences. So today, as I'm preparing for this this live presentation, I get this email from Ted Recommends. Why the secret to success is setting the right goals. And it's a TED Talk by John Doerr, who teaches the OKR process, Objectives, Key Results, which I have used in the goal setting program in Tap into Goals. That's part of what I built into this. And it's like an affirmation of this, that today I get this email about why the secret to success is setting the right goals, and using and a TED Talk about the OKR system that I share. So how freaking cool is that? One of my absolute favorite quotes of all time. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. And what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. And actually, by what you become by going after your goals. You don't even have to achieve your goals, just moving in the direction of your goals. You become a better version of yourself that makes a positive difference in the world. So that's at tapwithbrad.com/goals. And put that in the link. So anyhow, I want you to dream big. I want you to make a big difference. I created the Tap into Goals program to help you achieve those goals, to make a bigger difference in the world. That's why I'm here. I'm confident the Tap into Goals program can help you create an awesome life, make a positive difference in your life that will make a positive difference in the lives of others. So I encourage you to check that out. We're nearing the top of the hour, and I am still going to do a guided imagery. So if you only set aside this hour to be with me, then please go back and watch the replay when you have a chance to do the guided imagery, because these guided imageries are awesome. It's such a healing process. I started out as a hypnotherapist. I love the process. It's so nurturing for body, mind, and spirit. I found that I like tapping as my main tool. That's why we do so much tapping. But whenever possible, I like to do a guided imagery. I do them in live workshops. Today's the June 24th when we're doing this. In just over a month, I'll be doing another live workshop in Portland, Oregon, and then 3 months after that, no, a month later, 2 months later, something like that. Maths, calendar, numbers. I'll be in Chicago, Illinois, and you can find out about that on my website. Anyhow, and we always do guided imageries during those tapping workshops as well. Difference between this and your Best Life program. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the guided imagery right now, and then I will do a Q&A. So if you have any questions about the Tap into Goals program, Ruchi just got it. Thank you. If you have any questions about the Tap into Goals program, I will hang out on this live to answer them right after the guided imagery. Dana, you're in Portland. Well, then I hope to see you on July 29th. So, all right. I'm so excited about this stuff. I'm so excited about the difference. You're already making the difference that you're going to continue to make. So I'm going to try to calm down now. Try to calm down. So close your eyes. Get yourself comfortable. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body, so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down, crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are, this unique expression of divine light and love, allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. That healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing, and allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and your lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards. 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Remembering that each and every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission and only with your permission, you allow yourself to return to this depth or even deeper, 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 quickly, soundly, deeply. And the physical body relaxes. And with that relaxation comes a wonderful sense of calm well-being of body and mind. Deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some really beautiful place. Some place where you really allow yourself to be present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. In this beautiful place, go ahead and imagine you've got maybe like a painter's easel. So it's so beautiful that you want to paint a picture. You've got this canvas in front of you. And go ahead and on that canvas, paint an image of some difference that you'd like to make in the world. Whatever it is, imagining what you'd like to see for the world, imagining people living in peace, living in prosperity, living happily. It can also be something personal for you. Living in a particular place, seeing yourself in ideal health, whatever it might be. Imagine painting that picture, or it could be like a vision board and you're putting picture photos on there, however that is. It's allowed it to be really beautiful. And now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep, but step into that picture. And just allow it to be real now. Just looking around and now your picture's real, and just imagining that big dream has come true. You've made it manifest. Imagine how good that feels for you. Imagine how good it feels for other people, looking around and seeing other people experiencing this vision, benefiting from this big dream. Just allowing yourself to notice how exciting that feels. Notice the enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, the word comes from entheos, being one with God, source energy. That connection, feeling that connection, that enthusiasm. Allowing that to make you feel unstoppable. Being unstoppable in making the world a better place for yourself and others. feeling the absolute support of source energy. As you imagine this big dream, this positive difference that you want to make, just allowing yourself to know, I mean, why wouldn't the universe support that? Of course, source energy is behind you. Of course, the creator wants to help you make this happen. That's why you were put here, to make the positive difference that only you can make. Just noticing what fears come up. This fear that it might be too big, that you're not the person who can do it, and just allowing yourself to release those 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep, allowing those old doubts and misunderstandings to fade into the past, and now moving forward. Because from this moment on, you have one direction in life, and that is always forward into an ever better version of yourself. One that creates an ever better version of this world. Allowing yourself to say yes to that in even more profound ways in every fiber of your being. As we go even deeper now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before, feeling much more confident in yourself, much more aware of your awesomeness, much more excited about sharing that awesomeness to make a bigger difference in the world. Not even worrying about the word big, because it's all relative. Just allowing yourself to be aware of what it feels like for you. Just allowing yourself to feel that expansive joy, that expanding goodness. Tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream, continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit, so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day, again, powerfully moving forward, making positive, healthy choices, taking positive, healthy actions that move you forward into that ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. Now I go back down to 0, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all of these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well-being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide, wide awake, and welcome back. I love doing those. I love my job. I love doing these live events. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, I will stay on the line here to answer questions about the Tap Into Goals program. But if you already know you want it and want to go and check it out now, there's the link, Tap Into Goals. Take advantage of the special offer. It's limited time for that. And thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I'm so honored to, excuse me. So honored to get to do this work with you. And it's that much more powerful when you guys are here live. So thank you. Um, uh, all right. We're clumped there. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. So yeah, go forth. God bless. Do amazing things. The link again, tap into goals, tapwithbrad.com/goals. And so thank you guys. A chance to go through these in the comments. Yeah. All right. So down to business again. Q&A. Someone asked, what is the difference between this and the Tap Into Your Best Life program? So Tap Into Your Best Life program is all about going through different areas of life, your career, your health, your finances, your relationships, and looking at what might stop you from doing better in those areas, why you might limit how great those areas are. This is a more specific program in how do you set goals. So it's a great companion piece for that. So as you look, there's the link again right there in the comments. Actually, go ahead and, put this in the description box as well. So yeah, this is a program for setting goals. So you can take any of the sections of Tap in Your Best Life and then say, okay, now that I'm setting myself more free to let this be better, what kind of goals do I want to set for myself? What are more specific steps that I can take? So the Tap into Goals program will help you set more specific goals and create a plan for achieving them and continue to clear out the resistance that might stop you from doing so. Let's see. Let's see. Screen is frozen, so I'm not seeing the. Okay, let's see. Go back and see if now if there are questions, other questions in here. Where's the link? Thank you. Someone saying the Tap in Your Best Life program is awesome. I hope you will find Tap into Goals to be equally awesome. Let's see. Biggest hang up is financially, if according to meet my goals or dream big. What would be the best way to organize my finances to do this? There's as you allow yourself to get clear about what you want. Again, going back to that quote from W.H. Murray, when you're committed to something, the means show up. The late, great Bob Proctor used to say, I don't ask what the price is on something because if I want it, I will find a way to pay for it. So, and I know that might sound a little woo-woo. The story of W.H. Murray is amazing because he turned down the first opportunity to go on a Mount Everest expedition because he didn't have the money. When he said, I will do it, the money showed up. So when we get more clear on that, so I don't know if you have my Tap into Money program, or just if you're in a position where it's like you don't know how to afford that at the moment, just use the the money videos. I've got a whole bunch of money videos. Start there. So here's one of the things: is we limit our financial well-being sometimes as a way of keeping ourselves in our comfort zone. It's like, oh, if I had the money to pay for the Tap into Goals program, then I would reach more goals and I'd be outside of my comfort zone. Good thing I can't afford it. I mean, seriously, I truly believe this is why one of the many reasons, but one of the reasons, yes, Shamare, that is correct at the moment. That is for a limited time, that is the offer. So, but I truly believe one of the reasons that we limit our finances is in order to limit our opportunities. If I had more money, I'd have more opportunities, and that scares the bejeebers out of me. So saying I can't afford it is one of the most powerful ways that that we limit our opportunities and stay inside our comfort zone. And it's, go ahead and keep tabbing here. It's not bad or stupid. It's what we've been taught to do. We have been taught to do this. So it is not a shaming thing to go, oh, I'm so stupid that I'm saying I can't afford it. No, it's how you're brilliantly. Self-sabotage is simply misguided self-love. When we sabotage ourselves financially, it's a misguided act of self-love. And keep tapping through it at whatever level you can right now. Yeah, through the program, through my website, it will take PayPal. So you can go through PayPal, you can use a credit card. I can't find Tap into Goals, so here's the link again in the comments. Just tapwithbrad.com/goals. So let me see. What other questions are there about this? Yeah, tap on videos you feel called to. Absolutely. One of the Money Beyond Belief programs, the program I created with Dr. Joe Vitale back even before he was in The Secret. Still a lot of great stuff in that program. Where the modules recorded thing. Yeah, so these are, it's a recorded program. It's a program you can go through on your own schedule. If you're really enthusiastic, you could go through it in a day. I don't recommend doing it that way. I would go step by step. You can do it, day by day or week by week. I will probably eventually do a live version, just like we did at the beginning of this year. We did Tapping Your Best Life Live, where we did the 12 sections over a 12-week period. At some point, I may do that. I'm probably gonna do that with the Tap into Money program at some point as well. But it's a smoking deal. I like to think so, because I am committed. I am committed to making it as affordable as possible. To have you do it, gotta charge something. Over 1,000 videos for free on YouTube, but some of my big goals take money too. So I do charge for some things, but let's see. Anyhow, yeah. So it is. So all the material on Tap into Goals is recorded for you to go through at your own pace. And there's all kinds of material in there. There are a goal planner to go through as you go through the course. There's a way to write out your goals. What else? Would I ever do a live event in the South? I have done an event in Nashville. That was fun. I'll be back there at some point. That was really cool. I've done 2 workshops in Atlanta. I've done a workshop in Orlando, Florida. So it's not that I'm not avoiding the South. I had I had this crazy idea about driving all around the circumference of the country and doing workshops, and then I realized that was would take a couple of months. It'd be a long time away to be away from our cat. So, but someone asked about doing a workshop in Sydney. I have done four workshops, I think, in Sydney, and I will get back there at some point. I was supposed to be in Sydney in 2020, and then something happened. So I'm not sure when I'll get back there next, but I definitely look forward to getting back and doing workshop. My goal, well, so my big goal is getting the whole world tapping and then being able to go anywhere in the world and do a live tapping event, because there'll be people there who will come to see me. Name of the TED Talk. It is Why the Secret to Success is Setting the Right Goals. Or anywhere in Europe. Okay. How about the East Coast? I was just in Washington, D.C. about a week or two ago. I was in New York in November. You got to pay attention, folks. I get around. I was in Cleveland in 2021. I was in